Hey guys, Keely Reason here, owner of Love Food Adventure, where I talk about the marriage relationship, intimacy in marriage, and how you can go deeper with your spouse. In this video, I'm talking about why I don't always use the anatomical terms for things in my video titles, sometimes in my videos, but generally speaking, I do. Somebody wrote in, and here was their question. Hey Keely, I like your short videos, but I have a suggestion/beef. Yes, I know many couples still either don't know or cannot seem to use proper terms. I am a teacher and I previously taught a freshman high school health class along with other science classes. Now I'm at a different school and teaching 7th grade and I'll be teaching health. Both health classes include sex ed. In a recent video about trimming shaving, you used the term hoo-ha. I'm asking you to get people comfortable with proper terms. Pubic area, pubic hair. I listen to a lot of podcasts about sex and relationship. What you do is good, but good heavens, the people who listen, watch, read you should be mature and use correct anatomical terms. Thanks. Okay, I completely agree. Thanks for writing in and saying this. But there's a reason why I don't always use anatomical terms in my videos and titles, particularly the titles. And that is because YouTube will not let me put ads on certain videos that have these titles. Even though I am allowed to put ads based on their like what they say I'm allowed to do as a creator, if I am doing sex education that is not arousing or not intended for arousal. However, some words that I put in video titles will absolutely keep me from being able to do that. Now, I don't know if you've followed me for long, people watching here, a lot of new people have come on and found me on YouTube because YouTube, for whatever reason, YouTube started blessing me about 8 or 9 months ago with putting my videos in the like up next or showing. And so I get a lot of views on my YouTube channel because YouTube is recommending them for whatever reason. I have been a creator and a blogger for marriage for 12 years. This is not my full-time job and I draw very little money from it. However, Love Hope Adventure has expenses. Never mind, I may be giving my time for free most of the time because I'm not making anything in enough to be compensated for the time. But I do have monthly recurring expenses because of newsletter lists, hosting and maintenance on my website, the assistants that I pay to help me keep the social media going because truthfully, it's a passion for me to do this, but it doesn't mean that I have the time to do absolutely every little task to make sure that you all have, your questions answered. Like I am the creator. I'm the one answering the questions, doing the videos, like brainstorming all this stuff on the back end, but there are some expenses that have to get paid. And the economy's tough. So shop sales have been down for the last year. And when I say they've been down, they've been really down. The shop doesn't make a ton, maybe like, I don't know, $900 to $1,000 a year. That's not a significant amount when you think about how much my newsletter costs. My newsletter, like just the service for me to be able to send out newsletters costs that much a year. Not to mention the other things we talked about. So I use anatomical terms a lot. But algorithms on social platforms will sometimes ban people and it violates certain community standards. So it can make creators like me have a very difficult time adding ads to my site or to my blogs and my YouTube videos. So I gave up on adding like ad revenue to the blog a long time ago because I'm very open and I say a lot of words there and there's just no way for me to get around it. With YouTube, I've learned that if I'm just careful about what I put in the title, I'm far less likely to have those ads limited or the video marked as 18 plus. I would say that while my videos are not for children, and I always mark them as not for children, teenagers are getting access to a lot of sex education, and I don't have any problem with a kid that is a teenager who ends up on this video and they're not logged in as an 18-year-old. But the minute that the videos get marked as 18 plus, the views on those videos go in the toilet. And I am not here for like clicks and views necessarily, but I have so many people write in and tell me that they found me on the YouTube channel and that has really helped them. I want to give every video the best opportunity to be seen by the people that are searching, like by people, like so many people have found me through YouTube in the last like 9 months. And I mean, I think we had a fairly decent group of followers and community members prior to that exposure, but I have people write in almost every single week saying, I love your videos, and I want to make sure that the videos that I'm creating are adhering to those community rules. And if you follow other marriage blog creators, a lot of times you'll see that they misspell these words to try and get around these algorithms. They try to, like text wise, just try and say or do something a little different. And it is a really fine balance, because I want to make sure that the video title is super obvious to the person who's about to watch it. If I'm going to talk about something sensitive, I don't want to like blindside them if they click on the video and I have like said something kind of cryptic. At the same time, I don't want to be so blatant that it creates that problem for me, that videos are getting marked as 18 plus or not suitable for all advertisers, because that affects things on the channel. So that's a little look at why I don't always use the right terms for things in my titles. I don't know how much of what I say in the video gets looked at. It probably does, because the transcriptions do appear, and I'm sure that there are some bots crawling that. So I have noticed that even if I've used a different word for the video title, depending on what I've said in the video, sometimes they still get marked that way. That's a look at why I don't always use anatomical terms, and I am going to probably on my videos be a little bit more mild. If you follow me on the newsletter, you're going to see that I just kind of go right on out and say things. And I've had some negative feedback about that sometimes with the newsletter, because I've been told by followers that sometimes my titles are just so descriptive, and they feel nervous that if their children are looking over their shoulder and they see that email title come in, that they'd be worried. So that has even caused me a little pause there. I've tried to be a little bit less very specific in that, because again, we don't know, like when I'm, sharing for my broader audiences, I don't know their situations. And I definitely don't want parents of young kids to have them over their shoulder and they open their email or get a notification on their phone while their child is playing on their phone, and have to have that discussion. So that is a little look at what's going on here. But thanks for writing in and sharing that with me. I'm always open to feedback. Love you guys for being here. Thanks for everyone that comments on videos. I really appreciate y'all. Keep it up, and I will chat with you later.